So, Cohen's off to the clink. How did the media respond? To which I say, so what? I mean, we all knew this guy was shady. He's so shady you could hold a picnic under him. But that's really not on Trump. It's not against the law to have a dirty lawyer, nor is it to have a dirty lawyer who pays off women you slept with. In fact, I believe if you're a real estate contractor from Queens, it's in the Human Resources Handbook as mandatory behavior. Step 1, sleep with a porn star. Step 2, hire a fixer to pay her off. Step 3, find another porn star. This is why I'm not running for president. You know what I've noticed? Every president has questionable friends who do things for them, who then get into hot water once you're elected. The last thing I want to do is get my slimy dirtball friends in trouble. I have so many, which is why I'm announcing today that I will not be running in 2020. Yeah, I know. Which means more time for travel, maybe to see old friends. I wonder how my college roommates will react. I'll see you soon, little buddies. Fact is, payoffs are unseemly, but they're not illegal. Even more, Trump used his own money, unlike the creeps in Congress who tapped our pockets for sexual harassment payoffs. Which may be why Nancy Pelosi now agrees with me telling the media to shut the F up.
I wish that the press would spend a lot more time on what we need to do here to meet the needs of the American people instead of morning, noon, and night allegations against the president. I think you'd have more viewers or readers if people address concerns that people have rather than just this ongoing coverage of what's current with the president from one day to the next.
Well, slap my face with a tapeworm. Someone's been watching this show, because I couldn't have said it better myself. I probably could have, but anyway. But if Nancy gets it, then she must know this collusion crap is going nowhere. Yeah, collusion. Remember when that was the big story? Now it's vanished like a pot brownie at Gary Johnson's house. Nobody remembers Gary. He eats a lot of pot brownies. Yet the media still keeps saying, what about Russia? 57 different ways. They're like a talking bottle of ketchup. Anyway, too bad about that meeting earlier this week.
We need border security. The wall is a part of border security. You can't have very good border security without the wall.
That's absolutely not true. That is a political promise. Border security is a way to effectively honor our responsibility.
And the experts say you can do border security without a wall, which is wasteful and doesn't solve the problem.
It totally solves the problem.
Now, the media went nuts, but I loved it. Of course, every time Trump acts like Trump, the media's hair catches fire, which I think might be a threat to public safety. Here you have a normal conversation between adults, and the media gets in a tither, which I think is German for leather bodysuit.
I think that she was saying, no mansplaining here. Let me remind you who I am.
What do you make of Trump's posture sitting in that room? The way he sits, the whole...
He always sits that way, though.
What would you call that? What do you call that?
It's like, I don't know.
The man spread, or whatever you call it. Look at that. Look, he widens his legs as far as possible. Man spreading, or whatever it is. Mansplaining.
Chris has not lost it. Amazing. It's like none of these people know people who call them out on stuff. Could that be it? Are they all living in their parents' basements talking to their cockatoo? But Nancy and Chuck badly wanted the wall discussion done privately, while Trump's like, no, let's do it here. He had nothing to hide, but they did. It was almost as if he knew he was right. And poor Chuck, every day morphing into the Penguin from Batman. So true. Meanwhile, these guys are working on their act for Vegas.
The president went toe-to-toe with his new foe, and he got Nanchucked. His new foe, the Nanchuck. I like it because it sounds like you know, the martial arts. Do I get an amen on my new nickname of Nanchuck? Don Lemon gave it to me. I was going to go with Palumer.
Don, that's terrible.
With Palumer or Schmalosi. I had Palumer and Shalosi. And you were like, oh.
Nanchuck went over well.
You were right about that.
They really are the Lenny and Squiggy of cable news. Without the Lenny, they're both really squiggy. Now, I get it. Trump made them that way. But overlooked in all of this, this guy. Yep, Mike Pence. As stoic as an Easter Island attraction. Undertakers tell him to loosen up. He kind of reminds me of me when I watch Sarah Silverman tell a joke. But really, he's just doing his part to represent Trump's grandest promise, a wall. He became, at that moment, a wall. And Trump was saying, if we don't have a wall, I'm just going to send 1,000 Pences to the border. They will all lock arms and remain motionless. Although, you know what? Looking at Pence, I do wonder, what the hell was he thinking?
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to meet with you.
God, the Greg Gutfeld show is so funny. I wonder what that guy's like. I bet he's awesome.
The American people recognize.
I bet he'd be fun to go fishing with. But I'd need a boat. Should I buy a boat? But I don't live near water. Does that matter?
You have the White House. You have the White House. You have the Senate.
Will Greg think I'm weird if I have a boat and I don't live near water? He'll probably make fun of me.
Because in the Senate, we need 60 votes.
No, but in the House.
And we don't have
You could bring it up right now.
Yeah, but I can't, excuse me, but I can't get it passed in the House if it's not going to pass in the Senate. I don't
Maybe if I get the boat first, I could move closer to water. Or should I move closer to water, then get the boat? But then the boat salesman will see me a mile away. Oh, look at this guy. He just moved near water. He's probably going to buy a boat. This is a bad idea. If Greg only likes me because I have a boat, then I don't need his friendship. He's really not my friend after all. Greg's a big, stupid jerk, and I hate his big, stupid face.
Wow. Now, that's good. While most of us saw this as another week, others still get so dramatic. Some said things you could lose your job over, or worse, that I could lose my job over.
Is that a patriot speaking? Or a wannabe dictator's butt boy?
She called the Secretary of State an anti-gay slur. Of course, she apologized faster than you could say Joy Reid, but it sucked on Twitter, so she apologized again.
The term is crass and offensive, and I apologize to everyone, especially the LGBTQ community, and to my colleagues for using it. It was a mistake. My father would have found it so unbecoming and disrespectful, and he would have told me. I will work hard to be better.
Now, we should accept the apology. People like Mika who don't accept apologies are jerks. But boy, I can safely say if it were me who said it, I doubt she'd say forgive and forget. I'd have more pitchforks in me than the farm supply aisle at Home Depot. But the incident kind of tells you something. Mika's the daughter of a diplomat, like she said. She's a symbol of elitism and the establishment cocktail circuit. And the word that comes to her mind about a Secretary of State is that word, meaning she'll be fine. She's protected. For 2 years, Trump has been accused of saying awful things, but nothing quite like that. Morning Joe truly has become a race to the bottom. Let's welcome tonight's guest. She puts the fine in finance, stock market guru and financial analyst Heather Zumaraga. He's so funny, strangers slap his knee. Writer and comedian Chris Fried. She's bold, likes to scold, and complains about the cold. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And Niagara Falls is his drinking fountain. Former WWE superstar, my massive sidekick, and host of Un-PC on Fox Nation, Tyrus. All right. Heather, what was your take on that whole wall meeting done in public?
I loved it. I couldn't stop watching. One part that wasn't shown is Pelosi said, we're going to call this a Trump shutdown. And under his breath, he said, well, I was going to call it a Pelosi shutdown. But everyone was happy as soon as Chucky Schumer said, will you please acknowledge that this time you take credit for the shutdown? Because he had to take credit for it in August. They called it a Schumer shutdown. And he said, you know what, Chuck? I'll take credit for it. So this time, as long as he takes credit for it, Chuck and Nancy are happy. They're off the hook. That's all they cared about.
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, and that's always Trump's kind of motto, is that he'll take the heat. He doesn't mind. I mean, it can't get much worse. The heat is already hot, Chris. Much unlike you. Thanks for dressing down.
Welcome.
Were you helping your friends move before you got here?
No, later, tonight.
Are those sweatpants?
They are not. They're my first ever black jeans in life.
Well, you know what black
Now
jeans
I'm
are? They're sweats. Tight sweats, Chris.
Next time I'm going to wear actual tights, by the way.
Yes, I hope you do. Maybe that's my goal, is to get you into tights.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yes. What? Chris, what do you make of the week?
That was my Mika impression.
Yes. Yeah, that was very good. A very good Mika impression. What did you make of the week? You can pick Mika, Pelosi.
With that meeting, I really enjoyed. So Trump baits people in.
Yes.
Everyone acts like shutting down the government, it sounds bad. He's really ruining America. He knows people are going to freak out, and then it's going to work itself. He talks to them like a family going to Disney, and he's like, I'll turn this car around. And they go, no, you can't, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll do it. I'm going to shut it down. It will work out.
Yeah. In fact, I don't mind the government shutting down, Kat. I think you would agree with me.
I do agree with you, Greg.
Okay, next question.
I do agree with you.
On my pants.
And also, I don't think that anybody who supports Trump is going to care, even if it is his shutdown. And he says it's his shutdown because it's for border security, and that's one of the things he ran on that was so important to a lot of the people and the reason why a lot of people voted for him. So they're probably happy to see a Republican actually standing up for things rather than just caving like a lot of the Republicans have in the past.
Tyrus, last word.
I think the biggest thing was, first of all, I'd like to give Nancy Pelosi some kudos here, because this is why the media didn't want her back.
Right, you're right.
This is why. Because she came to work. She came to work with the President of the United States, and that's why they were making fictitious people to run against her. Like, she doesn't have the votes, right? Because R. McDonald's going to run against her for next. Like, they were trying to create havoc because she's literally like, let's work with the president. So kudos to her for that. And this is very simple with the wall. It's a campaign promise, which is a huge re-election chip.
Right.
So he's on the things he's done well, tax reform, foreign policy and stuff like that. Those are things in his bag that when he re-election starts, he goes, I've done this, I've done this. Healthcare is not.
Yeah.
So, but if he has a visual, please turn to the screen and look at the beautiful wall we built.
Right.
It's a little hard to run against that.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure...
You can't run into it.
They could run into it. It'd be a huge problem.
Yes, yes.
So if they say no, 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 and if lightning strikes and they win, I guarantee you the first thing they'll do is be like, we're going to put in a wall.
Yeah.
But they'll call it a standing apparatus to deter migrant workers from getting over. Like, it's going to be a different name, but the wall, Hillary was for the wall, everyone was for the wall. It's just because it'll go credit to him and will really kind of lock in his reelection.
Yeah, you know what? I think that Trump has it backwards. He keeps saying we're going to build the wall and have Mexico pay for it. My theory is Mexico builds the wall and we pay Mexico. Because what does Mexico need? Jobs, right? Build it on the side of Mexico. You have no more eminent domain problems, and we're outsourcing the jobs. Thank you. Unfortunately, I am not running for president because I have too many strange friends.